Hey everyone, KB here with DRG Agency, and we'll be walking through Facebook campaign objectives and discussing which objectives we think are best for running photo booth campaigns. Our suggestions are only based on the experiences and the results we've garnered from the accounts that we're currently managing or managed in the past. We've managed over $500,000 in photo booth ad budget. So some of these campaign objectives are test, tried, and proven more than one time for multiple accounts in different industries. Jumping right in. First and foremost, Facebook does a very good job of giving a small description and awareness. You can see that it shows your ad to most people who are likely to remember them, and it's good for reach, brand awareness, video views, and store location awareness. And particularly for a photo booth campaign, this campaign objective would be good when the client or yourself has, if you're a photo booth owner or you're managing a photo booth brand, if the client has a promotion or a video recap that has a very nice setup, right? The decor looks good, the photo booth setup is not uh the wires aren't it's not messy, right? It's set up to where it looks great, it looks promotable, it makes people want to trust your business and book you all. So again, a promotion like that is what we would want to produce. And for this awareness campaign objective, we would categorize the event type. So what we like to do is categorize wedding event type, corporate event type, and also private event types, right? So from a macro level, when we're doing awareness, we want to send that promotion that has a very nice aesthetics to it, very good setup. It also maybe have more than one booth, right? So that the client could sell more packages versus hourly rates on one booth, right? We would produce that type of promo video with the awareness campaign objective selected, right? And that's going to get it to more eyes. That's the reach, right? Brand awareness is going to make people aware of where to go to when they are looking for a photo booth, right? And they see that how you all set up is elegant. You all customize the LED lights on the photo booth. They can see that you all have props. They can see that there's a photo booth attendant there to help. So this helps people that are or do have the propensity to book this type of services. This helped them to remember it when they see it a couple times on Facebook. So this is where brand awareness is good. And then again, if it's a video content, the algorithm is going to make sure that it's in the people's timelines, right? It's not gonna focus on people that want to see statics all the time. It's going to try to make it the high priority on the timeline. And if it's high quality, a lot more people are going to see it. If it's getting a lot of eyes and people possibly clicking through, a lot more eyes are going to see it. So awareness campaign is good for that reason. When choosing the traffic objective for a photo booth campaign, we like to use this for driving traffic to sale offers, discounts, or a particular package page, or maybe it's within one of the event types that we like to focus on or that's in demand during that season. We will use a traffic campaign, or if we want to get calls, right? If the brand that you're managing, the photo booth brand that you're managing, or if you're a photo booth owner that has a customer service department set up, or you're doing customer support live and you're able to get phone calls live and take them and manage them and make sure they get the proper support that they need, then this is a very good objective to use for that campaign, for the ad in particular. So traffic objective is when you know for sure that your information is solid, that you have a link that's working. You sometimes possibly want to do an instant booking, right? This is the objective to use. Even if you want some steps in between booking, this is also a good objective to use for that photo booth ad. When running an engagement campaign, you want to make sure that you have a really high quality ad in place, regardless if that's, a static photo or video. You want to make sure that your copy is decent, your information is up to date. You want, if it's something where you're trying to get a reaction out of people, right? If you're telling them to go into the comment section and leave a certain emoji, right? You want to make sure you're clear on that information. You also want to make sure that the ad copy or the video that you're using, that it resonates like every other ad that you're doing with when choosing these objectives, but even more so with engagement, right? Because you're maybe telling someone, if we get 10 likes, we'll do a discount, right? Or, you know, we'll, offer something if we get these many people to, leave hard eyes. So something that's getting an instant action for some type of engagement, right? Or getting a solid action for engagement. It may lead to a sale. However, you're just getting customers to engage with your content, and hopefully it's informal, hopefully it's persuasive, hopefully if it's something for the right person at the right time, that they take the next step, and you then have a new booking, a new lead, and a new customer. So when choosing the lead objective when running your photo booth campaign, you want to make sure, like all other campaign objectives, that you're sending people to the right destinations, that your information is accurate, that you are asking people, clearly what action to take, right? You want to make sure all those things are done with any of these campaign objectives, but in particular with lead objectives, you want to make sure these things are 100% on point because of the budget that you have to spend. You may have to spend a lot more money for a bottom of the funnel objective, versus what you have to pay for a top of the funnel, right? Because here you're not really expecting much of a person handing over their most valuable information, like their name, their number, their email, right? You're only expecting them to see it, like it, engage with it, comment, things like that. But here, when you're, running a lead ad, you want to make sure that, one, okay, this information is clear for them. This is an offer that they're willing to pay for. This is information that they want to learn more about, right? Let's send them to this place to collect their information to reach back out. If it is any time that you're running lead ads to your messenger, right? You want to make sure, if it's not live communications, that your pre-saved messages are relevant and people are not feeling like they're talking to a robot, right? And if you're gonna send people to a landing page that has your number, or the website that has your number, and you want to make sure that you're set up with a good customer support service and team, so that people don't feel like they're not getting enough information and you're missing out on opportunities, right? So the most common lead destinations are instant forms and conversions, right? You send people to a landing page. There's a button on there that's trackable, and they click that button, they either buy the service or insert their information, and that's a conversion. That's counted as a conversion, right? Either or instant forms, they're handing over some of their most valuable information, which is their name, their number, and their email, and you're able to contact them. However, for a photo booth ad, you may want to ask more questions within that contact form, such as event type, guest number, number of guests, things like that, date, the event date, indoors, outdoors, so that can help you give a better quote. But you may want to make some of those fields optional so that it's not being a bottleneck for people converting, right? But you do want to make sure it's enough fields in there to vet out people that's not really interested in your services. Normally, when running Facebook ads for a photo booth brand, you know, the last two objectives are not necessarily applicable for any of the ads that you will run, right? Unless the photo booth brand has their own app that they're using for bookings and things like that, we wouldn't necessarily select that objective. It's rarely ever used. I've never used it. Sales, it could be a possibility that they're selling, picture frames or, tangible products that people can buy from their site. However, it's very rare as well to use the sales campaign objective. So the most common campaign objectives to use when running photo booth campaigns are awareness, traffic, engagement, and leads. However, from our experience and the amount of budget we've managed and the results that we've garnered, right? The best campaign objectives to run when running photo booth Facebook ads are traffic and leads. Traffic, one, because right, you're sending people to that landing page. You're asking people to click on that link, or you're asking people to take an action and call you all for more information. And for a photo booth business that already has a lot of content, right, a lot of nice pictures just from the photo booth, from what the photo booths produce, and then also all the behind the scenes content that some of the brands capture to put together recaps and things like that, right? Some of the videos go viral naturally, right? So it's spending money on, getting people to know who you are. If you have a really good video, I think, well, it's not necessary. If you have a really good video, you just use it and put a sales offer on it, or, put your price on it and use the traffic campaign objective, right? And you're still able to capture, that data and able to analyze it and segment and to see who's just watching, or who's view certain pages, and who's actually engaging on certain pages, right? But again, out of the top of the funnel and middle of the funnel campaign objectives, the best one to use is traffic. Engagement, again, if your content is great and people naturally love seeing people happy and having fun, you don't necessarily need to ask the algorithm to go find a bunch of people that's gonna like your video, because again, it's just kind of organically done through the content itself, especially if it's high quality content. So traffic has been one of the best. And the other one, of course, is leads, right? Getting over that most valuable information from prospects, and turning them into customers is always going to be the bread and butter of a business. So whichever, format you try to use to, collect that information or receive it, just make sure again that everything is accurate, updated, and, it's top notch, and very active. Again, you don't want to have people making calls and they never talk to anyone, right? They're listening to a voicemail, or if they're in a messenger and they send a message when they ask about pricing, the pre-saved message robot is sending them something about, add-ons. So again, the two best campaign objectives from our experience to use when running your photo booth ads, Facebook ads, is traffic and leads.